Hi, I'm Jack Maranaho, chemistry teacher here at Summit High School. This is my sixth year teaching. I have a background in chemistry with at least up to a master's degree, along with a master's in educational leadership. This is my third year here at Summit, and one of my first doing conceptual chemistry.
Hello, everyone. My name is Noreen Bovery. This is my eighth year here at Summit High School. Um, I'm a special education teacher here at Summit High School, and I'm highly qualified in the sciences. I've been working supporting chemistry classes for about the last 5 years. My first year working with Mr. Marano, it's already off to a great start. My role in the class is unique in that I am a co-teacher to Mr. Marano, but I have a specific roster of students that have IEPs that I'm responsible to make sure that the integrity of the IEP is upheld.
So, for our course, we're going to be covering some main ideas, such as what atoms are, the foundation and the use of the periodic table, chemical reactions in nuclear chemistry, along with some thermodynamics and some gas laws. We try to hit on the general topics of chemistry in the course throughout the entire year. That way, the students have a feel for what the science really encompasses. In addition to learning about these topics, we do try to do a lot of real world applications where we have many projects and research that students can see how chemistry is involved in their daily lives from the really big, career paths to down to the minuscule everyday things that they might not otherwise think about. Now, for my course, the grading goes by a 50-40-10 policy where tests and quizzes are worth 50%, 40% goes towards labs and projects, and then 10% covers homework. I also offer extra credit at the end of the marking period in which students who are within 2 points of the next letter grade are eligible for an extra credit assignment. I also will give random extra credit bonuses throughout the quarter um, for students along on tests and quizzes so that they can also have an additional opportunity to earn some extra credit points towards it.
So this is a really hands-on class. So class lectures are conducted every day, but students do have a lab once a week that uh, halfway through their lunch period, the bell rings and they know that on a scheduled day that they come in and we have an hour and a half class that day. We never skip labs. We don't choose to skip labs. They're really important because that's really when the kids get their hands, kind of messy and they get to handle the chemicals and do the reactions themselves, whatever it is. And that's just going to imprint on them better than, when they sit and just take notes. Notes are always posted online. So if your student is absent or your student is, seems to be struggling during a session of taking notes, the PowerPoints are always posted online for them to use as a resource.
Yeah, students are given a copy of guided notes where I kind of emphasize what they should be copying down, but all the resources can always be found online on the Google Classroom. Homeworks are also typically posted on the Google Classroom as well so that students have access to that. And the Google Classroom was kind of like our hub for the class where students can find anything at any time. And if they never miss anything during the class, they always have that online for reference to get back to.
We're both here to help your student be successful in this class. No one is going to say that chemistry is easy, but if they are attentive and engaged, and they do seek out either one of us, we're both available as often as we can be. So because we're in the science department, we do both have labs for half lunch period every single day. I am available on B days during the first lunch, C days during the second lunch, but in all honesty, I will make myself available to any student before school or after school, during their study hall or a study skills class, whenever we can squeeze in time. The message is that, from home, you should really be encouraging your student to come see either one of us.
Yeah, as for myself, I'm available during the second lunch on A and C days and first lunch on B and D days. Just like Ms. Bovery had mentioned, I'm always free and flexible with my time. So if a student ever needs to meet with me during one of my off periods before or after school, I do make that time for them. It's just a matter of them letting me know that they need that time or just dropping by to give me a heads up on it. We are very dedicated to helping out our students, so we want to make sure that we have enough time to help everybody. As long as they need it, we will give them that support.
And I just want to clarify, because I am a special ed teacher does not mean that my role is restricted to just supporting students with IEPs. Um, very often, I always say every year, some of my most frequent customers are my gen ed students that are just struggling and need that extra bit, a little help or a little different explanation. So please encourage your student to come seek either one of us. We are back in the building now, and everyone's really excited about that. Um, but that takes a transition from where we were at last year. And so there are student expectations that I think a lot of students kind of stepped away from living in our pandemic remote world. So we just keep reminding them on a daily basis that it's really important that they attend school, that they're here, every day, that they're on time for class, that they respect everyone's time, and that they get here on time, that their phones go away. I know that when everyone was home in their dining room, kitchen, or bedroom, we didn't have access to babysit and see that they were attending to class. We do now. So we do ask students not to be texting with people at home, texting with friends, making weekend plans while they're in class. That's for in between class schedule and lunchtime.
Yes, in addition to just the protocols that we have at school due to the pandemic and COVID, we do try to uphold those old student expectations of being in the building, of the respectful and mindfulness, of being in the classroom, of being with other students, and to being a professional student. Knowing how one should behave during the class, knowing how to come seek support when needed, and if they ever miss a day, knowing to come and find out whatever they miss. Just like Ms. Bovery mentioned, we do try to uphold a very good interactive atmosphere here, but that also depends on the students being able to, um, behave the way they should. We have to uphold them to a certain standard, and the students should be able to kind of meet us there.
So the best way, at least for me, to reach me, if you need to reach me, is to use email. So it's nbovery@summit.k12.nj.us. If you want to have a conversation, just shoot me an email and we'll find a time where it's best for us to have a conversation.
Yes, you can also reach me at my email, jmarano@summit.k12.nj.us. I usually will get back to you immediately, but please, give us about 1 to 2 days to respond to you. But yeah, we're both very, very available to answer back whenever you need it. It's just a matter of,
Yeah.
sending us, contacting us.
All right. Hope you all have a nice day.
Yes,
Take care.
thank you so much.